When we first started, I wasn't sure if people liked coming, but then I started getting the vibe from certain players that would come, and they would just basically talk about how they liked it because it was like, not only was it in a house, of course, but it was also kind of a home feel, like you went to someone's house to have a competition. And you know, it started with like 8 people showing up regularly, and then in the blink of an eye, all of a sudden it was like 12, 15, 18, 20, 50 people inside of our small house, and it was pretty crazy. There's even like setups outside. I think that's when it kind of blew my mind, and then it kind of inspired me and Alec to come and, you know, bring more to the tournament scene and try to bring a bigger venue for everyone to fit more. Not as hard for everyone to squeeze and cramp and have to jump over somebody else, but yeah, so that's what we did, and I'm glad people are enjoying it still. I'm glad people still feel like it's a cool environment to come to.
Well, when I first came to Freaks, it was like 10, 14 people or anything, but like it just kind of like everything kind of went steady. And then what really happened was Nosrax suggested doing a stream, and then Nosrax started doing a stream. I was like, hey, I'm gonna write some ads for it, and the ads were just like crazy. They were simple, and then they got crazier as time went by. And to be honest with you, the one person I think does not get credit in all this is the Blow Up for Freaks is like Murr, because Murr held the championship, and people came here to fight him to take over Freaks, and like because he beat Oryx, that dude was nuts. I think Freaks kind of, how do you say, like, it polished me. Because there's been times where, like, we can't people find people to commentate, and you can look at this setup on YouTube if you want to. There's Oryx versus Murr in Winners Finals. And, like, it's only just me commentating.
But or not. Goes for FB, doesn't get a punch at all. Gets a forward smash. Oh, he's a forward, a double dunks we're doing out here in DFW.
Like, Freaks was the first tournament that really got me into tournament. It was the tournament that just, like, sold me the tournament. If I wouldn't be a PR player right now if it wasn't for Freaks. The first Freaks tournament we went to, if it wasn't as good as it was, I would have never came to another tournament ever. So that's just, I mean, that just is how it is, to be honest with you. If Freaks did not exist, I would not be a big player. And now if you think about it, if Freaks did not exist, Cheeks would not be a PR player either. So you have 2 people that are homegrown from this place, killing it everywhere else they go.
A long time ago, I was just playing at the media library at UNT with a couple of my friends from there. Then I got added to their group chat, got invited to the tournament by one of my friends there, and then at the time I was playing Shulk, and I guess I kind of just caught Joey's attention. One day he just randomly popped the question up on me, and I was just frozen for a little bit. I think it had to do mostly with my doubles play with Ace, because at that time I wasn't the greatest in singles. You know, I was getting a couple wins here and there, but nothing really too spectacular. But when it came to doubles, we were pretty much getting like top 3, top 2 pretty consistently, actually. And so that's how he saw, I guess, the potential in me as a player. With the double synergy, it just sort of happened naturally. Like, we never really went in there with a set plan. It was just like we both kind of knew what to do, and none of us could really have a solid explanation for it when people came up to us and were like, how do you guys have such good synergy? I was just like, I don't even really know myself. It just sort of happened, and from that we learned a whole lot about each other. We hung out even outside of Smash, and I consider him one of my best friends to this day.
I'm gonna need Cheeks to calm down a little bit.
Oh, he's saving Shulk with the downer.
That is actually really smart.
That was big brains.
I did not know Shulk's down or Corn's down there can do that.
It's a drag down.
Yeah, so it interrupts Ryu's up B pretty efficiently.
Wow, just great awareness as always coming from Ace and Cheeks.
McMee just has a very special way of storytelling that advertises the weekly super well, makes it seem like it's always a major, you know, and it really does do a really good job of attracting more players and more viewers on Twitch. So it's definitely a very, you know, I'd say overlooked and underappreciated part of our preparation for the tournaments. You can tell that when you go here, most of the people here, you know, their lives aren't just centered around Smash and that's all they do. They're all really interesting, really funny people, you know, people that you want to be friends with, you know, go to the movies, just hang out, you know, get drinks and stuff, like. So I really like that. When you come here, you can just like instantly feel it. And I'm really excited to see, you know, what newcomers we're gonna have. Like, you know, I was a newcomer to Smash 4. I wasn't around for Brawl or Melee or anything like that, Project M. So, you know, there can be people who just come into Ultimate out of nowhere and, you know, they just have these skills that we've never seen before.
My girlfriend. She told me, she's like, yeah, you know that comic book store, Freaks and Geeks? And I was like, of course. I had actually been coming to Freaks and Geeks like a year or two before I even knew about the tournaments, because I love comics. And Alec probably doesn't remember me from a long time ago, but I would come in here and buy comics. And she was like, you're good at Smash, you should go there. They're about to like sponsor people. And I'm like, wait, really? I don't know how she found out about it, but she's the only reason like I knew about it. And now she used to hate that I played Smash because we played so much. I practiced it religiously. I don't play it as much now, but when Smash 5 comes out, you know I'm not gonna have a life. I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna disappear for a little while. But yeah, that's how I found out about Freaks and Geeks. I got lucky that I did so well because I feel privileged, honored to be sponsored by them. I don't think I deserve it, to be honest. We try to make sure that everybody feels like there's a place for them here. No one's like in the corner like, oh, I'm not doing so hot. Like everyone's trying to help each other out, and that family like orientation, like that being involved in this really separates it from all the other tournaments for me. It really does. Like us being, because we had played with each other for like a month straight, the synergy was just like there. Like I was like, oh, I know what he does when he gets a grab here, and it just kind of, some of it was like natural. It was really weird, and we talked about it. Like still even now, I'm like, dude, I don't know how we do it, but I know what you're gonna do, and you know what I'm gonna do, and it's insane. It is amazing. I'm glad that we were able to like put him in almost last minute. Like he was like the last spot left, and I'm glad he got it. I'm real happy he got it. No one knows this, and I hope Mur sees this, but I'm the reason Mur plays competitively.
Really?
Yes, I met him. It's so weird. I feel like P. Diddy putting people on, and he was playing at UNT. I went to UNT Smash Club for like a month straight, and that was it. I stopped going for like years. But Mur was there, and he always did really good. I was like, do you ever go to tournaments? He's like, no, not really. I was like, you should. Your Mario is really good. And I sometimes wish that I never said that, because he come out here and just waxing all of us.
Or like misses up for up smashes, but he's just going for up. I think he won the anti-air. That might be death, and that is absolutely death.
If you don't own the game, because some people don't own the game, they just play every time they're at a tournament, find a friend that owns the game and grind with them. Even if it's just one guy, because that's where I started. I started with just one friend, and we bonded and played the game like to death, so that like you gotta know like where you started, your roots of this game. Because if once you stop having fun, there's no point anymore. You gotta have fun, like no matter what. And that's probably why I'm still here today playing this game, because like Smash 4 has got me drained a little bit because of top tiers and stuff. That's every fighting game. But you know, I still have fun playing this game, even though Smash 4 has its weaknesses, its mistakes, like Bayonetta being ridiculous, like a Marvel vs. Capcom character, and Rage. Like Rage is a big one. Like that's just stuff that we hate, is another form of love. We hate it, but we only hate it because we let it bother us because we love it. That's just all it is there.
Jab wanted to grab. It's the Cyclone. That's not gonna kill just yet, but that was such a clean combo. No! The side piece!
Right into his forehead!
We were at our church and we walked outside.
We were taking out the trash, and some guy is like, "Yo, there's a tournament." And
yeah.
you guys like Smash Bros. Right? Like, yeah.
His name is Jess Station. He goes to UNT in the area. I think he took like a semester off. He had a kid recently.
Yeah, that guy.
But he's like, yeah, let's go to Freaks. It's $10, and we're like, all right, let's go to Freaks. So we told our friend Ben, friend Samuel, and then our friend JR found out about it, so we
Yeah.
all went together, and that was like May of 2016.
Yeah, like
something around that
about
time.
like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, Freaks started like the December before that,
Yeah.
and that's basically when it started, and then we just kept coming because it's like, oh yeah, it's turn.
Bears by using the downbeat, but
Charge shot? Nope.
I mean, he's not focused on it at all. Oh yeah,
Ooh,
see, there we
you
go.
got it.
There we
Hello.
go.
More people are being more involved. Like as the PR season ended, like all the other tournaments have took a hit to their like attendance. We've like been consistent, so like
Yeah.
everyone's just, it's not showing like everyone's here for the community and not really the tournament itself, which I think is really awesome.
Oh,
That's a good combo breaker. So, all right, let's see what he got.
I mean,
Fight?
I think like Ultimate is drawing a lot more people in, and I think people here at Freaks like it's a really cool venue, and like we reach out to a lot of people, so I'm hoping we can pull in a lot more people and get like a more even grow our community even further, like get a bigger group of Technet people, so we can make the Discord even more crowded. So that's good.
Yeah, now that we have a bigger venue, I'm not really that worried. If it was the old venue, I would be slightly worried because Ultimate, it's expected to draw more newcomers in, and that house wasn't that big. They had a commentator in the kitchen. There was a sink right there. I never heard them wash their hands, so I was kind of worried. But I'm fine with it. Don't be afraid to play with new people. That's something I struggle with, and that holds you back if you want to go far in the creative scene, because it doesn't help playing like the same Samus every week. It's like, oh, I know how to fight his Samus, and then some Samus does something else, and I'm like, well, I lost. But yeah, just play new people. It helps. Like,
my advice is like, don't be focused. If you're like it's your first tournament, like don't be focused on like, oh, I want to win this whole thing. It's like just come here to have fun and hang out with friendlies, and like playing friendlies will help you get better. Like don't really focus on tournament. Just focus on improving yourself.
When I get into competitive gaming? That's funny. Like we used to have these LAN parties at my high school, and we always had Smash tournaments. So I kind of went straight into Smash. I honestly, for a while, it was kind of like, wow, nerds actually tried this game. And then like I don't know, there was like a guy there that was just whooping up on all of us, and I was like, oh, he's not a nerd, but he's still really good. I want to be like that guy. Turns out I just ended up being a nerd. But, yeah, I'm here now, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, are we
oh,
on
he
air?
lands on it. All right, yeah, that was smart from the Highwayman. Not
He's like,
giving
I'm
any
not-
panic options.
Don't want to get messed with that. All right, this is pretty good. Looking pretty. Oh, there we go.
and, yeah, looking really good.
It's really pleasant to see. It's nice to have everything, like this new venue, the new faces and all that. And I'm glad it still kept the old feel. Even when we're here, I still feel like it's Freaks, and I don't feel like it's, become something it wasn't before. I just think it's, it's got a little bit of a makeover, and that's really nice to see. And I'm very happy for everyone involved.
Doubles are singles.
Well, it was real funny when we were at the old shop, and like we had Elegant and Tyroy and these people, especially like when we had them there the week before LTC. We had so many people. We had like 50 something, right? 52 or maybe more. I don't even know. But we had setups outside. We were basically tailgating. I'm gonna say, what are you waiting for? Like, to me, people say they're not good enough, or I don't know. They don't know anybody there. But like, that's the whole point. Like, if you're not good enough, then you got to get better. And if you don't know anybody, then it's time to meet people. Get out here. It's really great. We're having a good time, and everyone's friendly. There's no reason not to be here. This is the place. Like, or go to a Redline, or go to Shockwave. Go somewhere. It's really nice. It's a good community, and it's really supportive, even if we're a little crazy sometimes.
Freaks is one of my favorite tournaments as of now, like in Texas. There definitely is a difference. I feel like every region is always going to have like their own skill level. There's going to be like small skill gaps everywhere. But I feel it's very important to travel, because every city or every region has something to offer. Like different play styles, different players, different characters. All that is very important. Well, as I said, like I think Freaks is one of the better events in Texas, even though I believe it's like it doesn't count for PR. It does now. Well, right now I'm mostly in it just to like trying to like improve, prepare for Ultimate. So like I would come anyways. Plus it's like Dallas is kind of far from like comparison to like the other cities. So whenever I come to Dallas, I like to take advantage and like go to like all the main Dallas. I really look forward to Freaks though.
Going with these straight up recoveries. I mean, seems like Candy is just so comfortable with the ledge trapping that he doesn't even feel the need to go for it. Go for yeah. But I know quite a few Fox mains who would eat that every day of the week, just like throw out that fair. Yeah.
Ooh.
And there we go, another air dodge read.
Yeah.
I'm feeling confident. Not overly confident, but I'm excited to play the players, you know, because I haven't played everyone, and there's people that I'm expecting to be here that I haven't played before. So that's something I look forward to a lot. Well, my favorite thing about this game in general is like all the people I meet throughout like my travels and stuff. So like, I mean, coming to Freaks, like I look forward to seeing like all these familiar faces. You know, if it's somewhere I haven't been to before, like the first time I came here, it's also really nice to like meet new people and stuff. That's what I look forward to most. That's kind of what keeps like me going in a way.
Love the atmosphere of Freaks. Freaks is kind of, I mean, it's the place where everyone goes to just have a good time together. It's a little more laid back, but still super competitive. I don't know, I just like having everyone here. You know the group you're gonna get here. You know that everyone comes here to play and get better, and I don't know, I love it here. You know, this was supposed to be the 1 week I missed, but I just love coming out here, so. Well, so toward the end of college, as I graduated, I had a little more time and I wanted to start getting into competitive Smash. I actually met Obelisk at a intramural crew battle at UNT, and he told me about the tournaments at Freaks, and so I waited till college ended, and I came here, started playing both here and at Redline. But as far as the thing at Freaks, I came here, I had a good time. My first tournament run was good, so, you know, that encouraged me a little bit, but I just love the competition. I love coming here, being with people who are ready to play, and everyone here seemed like, yeah, we're ready to support each other, yet still give it our hardest and compete with each other to get better. So I just thought it was a great atmosphere to do that. Personally impacted me. Well, I'll list two. Really, okay, this is an odd one because the first person I ever played that was from Freaks wasn't even at Freaks, it was Highwayman. So Highwayman, I played him at UNT a while back when I was thinking about it, way before I ever came to Freaks. And I also played him online one time in between there, but he's been one that I'll talk a lot with, and he's really encouraging, and we've been talking a lot about the mental game, so he's just been one that I'm kind of pushing myself to catch up with, because he's one that he'll beat me every time, and I really want to push to catch up with, because I know he has my number, but he's still there encouraging me and helping me along.
Oh, the Nair!
Yes.
Oh!
Wow, the bomb couldn't even save him, man. It was Dunzo there.
And then, of course, McBenedict's there for everyone. He'll help me through my character issues. You know, I was kind of switching between Toon Link, Link, and Corrin a little bit. But, you know, he's just always there for advice, so he's really helped me along that way, too. Expectations? Oh, I don't really know what to expect in Ultimate, honestly. My expectation is eventually a push for PR. Right now, I'm not quite there. It actually caught me in the middle of my best tournament run at Freaks. This is my first top 8 tonight. Awesome. I just got my first win off Capus, who is a person who, she's right up there at that. She's not on PR, but I personally feel like she's at that PR level. But I think it won't be immediate. Everyone's figuring out characters, and I've still got a ways to go and improve. But eventually, I would like to push for PR. I would like to push myself to see if I can get to the top of our region. Expectations won't be to do that immediately, but maybe thinking about a timeline, see if I can get there maybe around mid next year, who knows. But it's just my thought process.
So, I had played mostly by myself for a while. I kind of did like the online thing that everybody did, like back when Smash 4 first came out. That was really kind of the first game I took kind of seriously competitively. But yeah, I played online by myself, kind of just did whatever, enjoyed it for a bit. Then started watching tournaments, got kind of interested in the stuff that people were doing in tournaments, like some of the kills and some of the things and setups. Just it seemed like it was a lot of fun, like really hype. So watched tournaments for about like a year or two. Then eventually decided that, you know what, I think, you know, this place is called Freaks and Geeks. I think they're doing tournaments or something like that. So, and I mean, I collect retro games, so I see the signs all the time. So came by one night and just, yeah, got invested in the community and just been going since. The player that inspired me to play a better Lucario was definitely Sue, like the Lucario, like the one that everybody knows. But really, like, I thought the character looked cool, which is why I played the character. And I'm one of those guys that I will stick with a character if I think they're cool, and I'll figure out how to play them. So that's kind of just what happened there.
Dude, Omega really wants to cheese with that up B. I see him. He's been. Oh, he won. Oh no! Down there!
Down there! Actually killed by Lucario? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, definitely. As transitioning from as a player and doing stream stuff, it's definitely kind of a challenge. But like, I've enjoy the stream stuff now because it's kind of an easier system to do than, you know, being salty going 0-2 in bracket or anything like that. I just get salty if the internet goes out. It's actually really cool just to see the just Freaks grow as a community, because it's really like, we try to advertise, we try to do stuff, but really it's the community that keeps sucking more people into the community. It's almost like a black hole. But there are things I miss about the old days. I do miss like doing a bracket and being done at 10 and then, you know, playing friendlies or doing whatever afterwards. But I really do like that people are coming and getting that same sort of feel that I did when I first came, when we had 10 to 15 people. Even though we have 30 to 40, like, we do our best to maintain that same kind of closeness and that same level of just care for other players.
I will never forget my first Freaks. It was really crazy. So it was me, my friend Nosrax, Doorman, and the Highwayman, all the Pilot Point guys. Somehow Nosrax, I have no idea, found out about the tournament here at Freaks. So he told Doorman, and I remember because in chemistry class, because we were both sophomores at the time, this game's been out for a while, we were in chemistry class and it was during study hall. And he was just sitting in the back of the room, like hood up, headphones in. He was like trying to get in the zone. So I walked over to Dorman, I'm like, is he okay? Is everything right? He's like, yeah, there's a tournament in Denton later. He's trying to like zone up and stuff. I'm like, oh, could I go to the tournament? And he's like, I don't know, you gotta ask Ben, who's the Highwayman. And we were all in band, so it kind of just worked out. So like after band practice, we all hopped into Ben's truck and we cruised down to Freaks, and it was wild.
Just with PK Thunder and PK Freeze even.
Oh! Barely clipped him with the up air.
As McBee once said, get out the
Oh man. Everything is gonna be so cool, so new. I'm gonna have so much new stuff to learn. It's gonna be great. And those first like 2 months of when Ultimate comes out, it's gonna be pure chaos. It's gonna be great. People are gonna be upsetting Smash 4 veterans. People are gonna be doing whatever, and everybody's gonna want to play it because it's Ultimate.
So I actually did not. I hadn't started coming to Freaks until this semester, talking in school terms, because usually I would just go to Redline, and it's a pretty nice tournament. It's very nice. It's got a nice venue, but this year I have a class that like goes late enough where I can't quite make it to Redline consistently, and so I decided to try out Freaks one time, and it's just like it was back when it was in the house, and it was such a homely atmosphere.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was really nice. It was a very like close space, you know. It was very like it was like almost like a house tournament.
Rage? No, he is dead. Motorclon with the taunt saying, "Fear me."
Show up to a tournament. They all have really great people. Let them know that, you know, I don't really know what I'm doing here, and people will usually be very kind to you and like will show you like how tournaments are run, and like that's kind of how you start your climb, you know? Like, that's how you start getting better. Player that has impacted me the most? Let's see. I think... Alright, so on a like, person-to-person level, it's definitely my friend, Multi-FT. He's a local Smash player. He's a DDD player. He's not too well known around here. Like, occasionally he'll show up and then do pretty well. And people will be like, oh, this DDD. But he's not as well known. But he's definitely the person who's been like from the very first tournament, my very first Shockwave to like now, we like still go to tournaments together, and so he's definitely probably been the biggest impact on me as a player growth-wise. If you are at all interested in competitive Smash Bros, you've seen any like gameplay, you've seen you're the best of your friend group, or you're the second best, you're not quite the best, and you want to get better, and you just like feel like you have the will to improve, start coming to tournaments. I think it's a great time. I think that's probably my my biggest like, yeah.
It's compared to other events, it feels very tense because everyone's trying to compete against each other. Everyone's they're like grasping at straws, trying to beat each other. And here it's like, even if you lose, you're not really upset because you kind of know everyone. You know, I started out as just a player, but now I make the banners, I help with streaming, sometimes I TO. It's really nice. I enjoy it. Big deal. I think with Smash Ultimate on the horizon, I think we're about to blow up, big time.
The culture for Freaks is different than like a lot of regions locally I visited. It's different from like Plano or like Houston in the sense that like it's more family oriented. Like it's weird in a sense that it's like in locals, like everyone knows each other obviously because you visit it frequently and people will communicate and get to know each other over a long period of time in the local. But with Freaks it's different. It's like there's something closer that ties everyone together here. There's just like deeper than Smash, I guess. More exposure for us. I mean, everyone has been making moves like crazy, especially with so much new things happening for the new year. With not only Ultimate, but like a lot of updates for like different new fighting games and everything that have been coming out. I feel like Freaks would do well to get like more on that in terms of like trying to host more different variety of tournaments and everything, be able to like stream and produce like a lot more content in that aspect, which would be really cool to see.
Suddenly this game's a lot closer than
At micromanaging, here we go.
UT Austin going down on the point.
And here we already have a team fight going on. Genji taking down the Zenyatta already.
I made it safe with the commandment, and the assist from Android 18 makes it safe, and we get the meter because of it. Okay, so
I mean, I've witnessed many different setups for commentating. By far, though, Freaks was the most like grassroots out of all of them, and you know, the level of like starting from the bottom was definitely present there. Like every time I come here, I'm just grateful that I am here, that I do have the people that I have in my life now, because it's like it can always be so much worse, dude. It can. So like just enjoying every moment of this while I can. So yeah.
The only reason I started commentating was because of everybody's vehement recommendation that I go on commentary. It's just like the general carriage atmosphere and the bravado. They just want that on stream because they just think that's the spirit that they want. They don't want somebody. Well, some people want analysts in the seat to be like telling them exactly what's going on, why something worked, why something didn't, the frame data that determined the winner of that exact exchange, etc., etc. But I'm the one that goes in there and somebody does a forward air that was easy as pie, but I say, oh, he gave him the left pinky knuckle that barely grazed his jaw. It's wild. Commentating is like, I always imagined it to be more like the spirit of that commentator from Dragon Ball Z. Like that guy that was blonde, always in the suit. That was me, baby.
Oh, and here we go! That was homely. That was grotesque. Egregiously hideous.
Freaks and Geeks. Freaks and Geeks is just like the fun place. It's like you come here when you want to have a good time and then go to Whataburger at 2 in the morning when the tournament ran way too long. Honey butter chicken biscuits out the wazoo. It's just like that friendly, good place that everyone can leave at least some point. Everybody has a tournament result that Freaks that they're proud of. I got second that one time. It was so close. It was so tragic. The most important thing is to let the other guy talk. Like, that's step one. You're always talking with somebody else, and if you don't let them talk, you suck. And you're a jerk. But as long as everybody gets a turn, and you are staying on topic, don't go toward... the best thing you can bring into that is game knowledge, of course. Some game knowledge, at least, if you're going to start. You just let loose and get excited for what makes you excited, and just build up both of them. Treat both of the players evenly, treat your commentator as an equal, respect everyone, and have fun.
I hope that everyone that gets the chance to come to Freaks comes just to try it out, just to see how they like the vibes, the environment. That way they can see that, like, they can feel that sense of family. Like, this is the community that I hope that any fighting game community or any video game community can enjoy, and I hope that there's other ones out there like that. And if they're not, like, I hope we set a good bar and example for what other game communities should be.